Hey, y'all. Okay, welcome on. Ooh, this week it's a juicy topic. It's a juicy topic this week. All right, I'm saying something that I think a lot of people are too scared to say. My 9 to 5 pays my bills. My online businesses pay me. So, this isn't for everybody. I get that. I get that. But you know what? I have a lot of conversations with people that are sitting on either side of this fence, right? They're on the side of my 9 to 5 is super safe and it's the thing that, I want to rely on. And building a business online just isn't for me. Yet at the same time, I'm feeling very unfulfilled in other aspects of my life, like maybe in my health or in my mindset or in my friendships and my community, and maybe even in my money. So if you're saying those things and you love your 9 to 5, you can have both. Now, on the other hand, if you're on the other side of the spectrum and you're like, ugh, I hate my job, I just want to build something that brings me all the people and all the income and all the travel and all the things. Okay, well, those are slightly different conversations, right? Because you're at different places, but you have to decide for yourself, where do you want to create momentum in your life? And it's okay if your 9 to 5 isn't the only thing that gives you fulfillment in your life. Like, I'm just going to go out and say it. So, if you don't already know me, my name is Sarah Glenn. I'm the creator and CEO of Social Jane Media. This is a branding agency that helps you build brand recognition, make more sales. And in addition to that, I have other online businesses, such as partnering with network marketing, right? Like, you take products that you like, they work well for you. You share a link, somebody loves it, you get paid. They share their link, they get paid, right? It's social retail at its finest. You share how you're loving the pumpkin spice lattes at Starbucks. Starbucks ain't paying you for that. So, what I wanted to talk about today is how you can sort of integrate the two worlds, how you can still have your 9 to 5 and still be building a business online, right? How do you create that momentum in both aspects of your life? Because you don't have to hate your 9 to 5 in order to want to build an online business. Can we stop with that story, please? For over 2 years, I feel like that's all I heard was, people that were building big businesses online. They're like, let me teach you how to build your business so you can get rid of your 9 to 5. And for me, for someone who has always had a 9 to 5, has always felt secure in my 9 to 5, I mean, COVID kind of put a little bit of a hiccup in it for everybody, right? But for the most part, right? You feel secure in what that gets you. Having that rhetoric of, let me teach you how to build a business that gets rid of your 9 to 5, I don't really resonate with that. Like, I'm okay having a 9 to 5. I'm okay having my job because I enjoy the people that I can plug into, right? Um, the work is something that, I mean, I get it done and I'm good at it. So you don't have to hate your 9 to 5 in order to want to build an online business. And not everybody who is building businesses online wants to quit their 9 to 5. So I just really wanted to be open and honest and have these kinds of conversations with you guys because I want you to know that not everybody out there who is building businesses is trying to get you to quit your 9 to 5. And if those are the only conversations you're having and you're feeling really like torn between, oh, I really want to build a business online, but so and so keeps telling me like the only way to do it is if I quit my 9 to 5. It's not the only way to do it, right? Maybe that worked for them. Maybe that doesn't work for you. And that's why I am a firm believer and I call myself a consultant, is because I am not here to tell you, convince you of any way that you should live your life. I'm simply here to just be an example to show you what's possible if you make different choices to create momentum in your life in areas that you want to create momentum in your life. So you can have your 9 to 5 and you can have an online business. Have your cake and eat it too, right? um, and I'm not going to lie, it's not easy doing both, but it can be simple and it can be done in a way that allows you to live a really fulfilled life from both. So I'm going to actually talk to you guys about the 4 quadrants of peak productivity. Now, this is something that I am constantly reminding myself of. I'm going to go through what these quadrants are and kind of how you can assess your own life in this way. I will share this resource with you guys in the comments. And that way you can take a look at this. I mean, it's a 1-page little document. If you've been inside of the Social Jane community since the beginning of 2023, you've seen me do a training on this before, but it's been a while and it's really relevant to this topic. So let's say you have a 9-to-5, right? We're not getting rid of it, but let's build additional income. Let's build online businesses that pay you, right? Your 9-to-5 pays your bills. But if you build an online business, that can pay you. That doesn't have to get allocated to your bills. That can get allocated towards the Amazon shopping cart or the extra long weekend that you and your hubby want to take. Or maybe you go out to dinner an extra time that month instead of having to cook, right? Like, let it pay you. Let it fit into your life how you want it to be. Not everybody wants to be a millionaire. Not everybody wants to quit their 9-to-5. So let's have a real conversation. How do you do both, right? How do you do both? Because I tell you what, it's really fucking hard if you're just going to be spinning your wheels and playing the scroll game on Facebook. Like, that is not how you build a business online and build it sustainably. You'll get burnt out. You'll feel like you're falling behind in your 9-to-5, and like, nobody wants that, right? Feel fulfilled, be fulfilled by both. So it might mean that you set aside some time either before, you clock in for work, or after, or maybe during your lunch break, or maybe for a few hours on the weekend, right? You have to decide for yourself, how much do you want to put into this? Right? If you're going to be building an online business in whatever capacity, whether that's with network marketing, whether that you're a coach or a consultant of some sort, whether you do digital marketing and you sort of do like the resale of the digital marketing products, whatever it is for you, you really have to decide, okay, how much extra money do I want to make? Right? So let's think about it. Your 9-to-5 pays your bills. Okay, there's the budget. There's the build budget. That money's there. What is all the other stuff that you want money for? At the time of this recording, we've got the holidays coming up, like right around the dang corner. So is there stuff like from your 9-to-5 that you're not able to allocate towards holiday budgets? So maybe you build a business so that way, every time a holiday comes up, you're like, I got a freaking savings account with my holiday budget. Like, I am not worried about it. So maybe that's what it is for you. And you only tap into it a couple times a year whenever big holidays come around. Or maybe your online businesses are fueling your mani-pedis, right? Like, that happens for a lot of people. That's sort of an expense that it makes you feel good, but it's definitely not necessary, right? Maybe your online business is paying for your impulsive Amazon purchases because it's so dang easy to return stuff. You're like, yeah, I could just buy it. And if I don't love it, I'll return it. Is that just me? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I do find myself doing that because I'm like, well, if I don't love it, I could just return it and get my money back because the return policy is just way too easy. So think about those things. What is it for you that your online business is going to pay you for? And then decide, okay, what's that dollar amount? Is it an extra $200 a month? Is it an extra $1,000 a month? What is the online business going to pay you every month? Like, that makes a lot of sense. That feels really good to you right now. You know what I mean? So let's say, for the sake of this, let's say $500 a month, right? That would be pretty fucking fantastic. $500 a month is like, that could be extra dinners. That could be your kid going to an extracurricular that you were like, we don't have money for that. But maybe now you do. So think about those things. What's the dollar amount? Get it in your head, write it down, put it in the comments, right? Make it real. What's that dollar amount that you want each month? Then reverse engineer it. Okay, so if you want to make an extra 500 bucks a month, how are you making that money? Do you already have a business in place that you are dedicating your efforts towards? Is it coaching? Is it consulting? Is it network marketing? Do you already have that thing in place? And if so, think about what are the price points? How much is your coaching package? How much are the products? How much of, how many new people are you going to have to speak to in order to get that extra 500 bucks a month? So, reverse engineering it in this way can really just break it down. Like, let's say, you've got a product, it's 100 bucks for each product. Your commission is 50 bucks from the product. Or let's say you're in coaching, right? And you sell $100 package of something. Well, if you want to make an extra 500 bucks, you've got 5 sales to make that month, right? If they're all $100. Okay, so that's 5 sales. So, in the grand scheme of things, you probably want to talk to a minimum of about 20 people that month and really have the real conversation of whether it's a yes or a no for them. Because then from maybe those 20, 30 people, maybe about 5 of them say yes. And there's your $500. So you have to think about these things and reverse engineer it for yourself. So, okay, we've got 20 or 30 people we need to talk to. How many days are in a month? Okay, about 30 days in a month, right? On average. So let's say that's one new person a day you're going to need to have a conversation with and get them pointed in the direction of whether it's a yes or a no. So one person a day that you talk to about your coaching, your consulting, your business, your products, one new person a day could potentially get you $500 for that month. So you see how unscary it seems whenever you reverse engineer it in that way? And when you think about doing this around your 9 to 5, you could have one conversation a day, right? Like 100%, you could have one conversation a day. So is that conversation going to happen in the morning? Is it going to happen during your lunch break? Is it going to happen in the evenings? Maybe after, dinner is done and the kids are chilled out and you have like a moment to yourself. Think about when that is going to happen for you and then stick to it. Honor that. Keep that promise to yourself because that's how you will get to that increased revenue. That's how you will get your online business to be paying you while your 9 to 5 is paying the bills. So I'm going to show you guys this 4 quadrants of peak productivity. I didn't make this up. So credit due to someone else because I heard it in a training. I heard it from a training with Kimberly Olson, the Gold Digger Girl, but she heard it from someone else and I forget who she said she heard it from. So I'm taking no credit. But the 4 quadrants of peak productivity, the reason this is so valuable is because you could essentially do like a time study of 3 to 5 days, right, out of the week. And I would suggest make them work days, not weekend days. So you can really see where you're spending your time and how your 9 to 5 job is integrated into that time spent, right? So in the quadrants here, you've got urgent and important, right? This is one of the quadrants, urgent and important. So if you have a 9 to 5 job, it's a Monday. Yeah. Urgent and important is where it goes, right? You have to show up. You have to do the work. You're there for a certain amount of time during the day for a certain amount of days during the week. So yeah, your 9 to 5 is urgent and important. It can go in this quadrant, right? You're not going to be delegating your 9 to 5 to anybody else. But when you look at these other quadrants, you've got not urgent, but important. So what's something that's not urgent, but it's important? Okay, well, maybe your kid has an appointment at the dentist office, right? It's nothing life-threatening. It's important, but it's not like an urgent task. And perhaps somebody else could take them. Does it have to be you? Think about these things and give yourself permission to play with the idea of delegating tasks to other people. I will be the first to tell you that I am a control freak when it comes to getting stuff done. I'm like, I could teach you how to do it. I could show you what I want to get done, or I could just do it myself. And what ends up happening? I end up doing it myself. It's not the best. It's not smart. Honestly, it's not the smartest thing to do. It's not the smartest way to operate. And I will actually very, very soon here be transitioning the way I run my online businesses because I want to be more efficient. I want to finally relinquish some of the control and start delegating tasks to other people that I know are willing and capable to do so, especially if they're tasks that I don't like. Think about that too. So, like, urgent or not urgent, but important could maybe be having a clean house, right? We don't want to be living in a dirty ass house. It's important to have a clean space, but is it urgent? Is it something you have to do? Could you delegate that task to a spouse, a family member, or even a professional who will charge you money and do a really good job of it, right? You're sustaining someone else's income rather than burning yourself out thinking you have to be the one that does everything. It's really all about perspective. So then another quadrant is not important, but urgent. So this would be like emergency things, right? Your kid is sick all of a sudden at school and you've got to go pick them up. So if something happens throughout your day where it's like you have to drop everything, it's urgent, go and do it, then that's where it would live in that quadrant, right? You didn't really plan for it, but it's happening. And then your other quadrant is not important and not urgent. You would be shocked how the majority of us are spending the majority of our days inside of the not urgent, not important quadrant, watching Netflix. That's a real good example. Scrolling Facebook. That's a real good example. Think about these things. And this can be kind of a harsh truth whenever you do these quadrants and you really are honest with yourself and you fill them out and you're like, whoa, whoa, I am spending so much of my day in the not urgent and also not important column. That's where you can build an online business. That's where, oh my gosh, I have this huge chunk of time. I can be building a little bit every day and make myself an extra $500 a month. That is how you build an online business while still having a 9-to-5. So I'm really a big proponent of being very grateful for what you have. And not in the sense that it doesn't mean you don't dream. You don't dream of having other things. No. But can we please be grateful for what we do have? And if for some reason you hate your 9-to-5 so badly and it's so toxic for you, then you have the power of choice. You can choose differently. You can, like, there's plenty of jobs out there. You could find something different that suits you better, that fits your life better. I'm lucky. I like my 9-to-5. I like the people I work with. But that does not mean that I don't desire to make income outside of my salary. That doesn't mean that I don't desire to have support and accountability from someone other than my spouse. It doesn't mean that I don't want to plug into communities of people that are asking similar questions, finding solutions for things that I'm looking for solutions for. It's okay if your 9-to-5 isn't the only thing that gives you fulfillment in your life. You don't have to feel guilty about it. So let your 9-to-5 pay the bills. Build an online business so you can get paid, so your family can get paid. Like, that is the perspective that just like freaking lights me up inside. It's the whole reason that I am building a business online, and I am having the best time ever. Seriously, like, if you're not having fun building your business, you're doing something wrong and you need to connect. You need to ask me questions, ask me how I'm doing it. Get into my inbox and ask. Because if you're struggling and you're not loving it and it's just feeling like a chore and you're not liking the conversations you're having and all of the things, if there's any kind of struggles you're having, get into my inbox and ask me what I'm doing. I am an open book. You guys know I show up on these lives and I just fucking share. I just share because it makes me so excited to know that we can have both. You can create momentum in your life while also keeping a full-time job. And this was something that I had to learn. I had to really learn it because the rhetoric around, oh, you're 9 to 5, it's going to suck the life out of you and blah, 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 all the things. It created so much resentment inside of me. And then finally I realized, no, I want gratitude. I want gratitude for my 9 to 5. It is paying my bills. It is keeping me financially stable so I can go and build a business online and create friendships and connections and collaborations and money and all the things that fulfill all the other parts of me. All right, I'm wrapping it up right there because I feel like you guys get it. You get it. And please share with me in the comments below. How does it make you feel to think about having both? If you have been somebody who has a 9 to 5 and has also explored building a business online and it hasn't worked, share with me, like, how does that make you feel? What are the things that you struggled with along the way? And if you're not comfortable doing it in the comments, just jump into my DMs. I'm always in there. But I want to talk it out with you because it's entirely possible and I want to help you do it. Like, you see other people doing it, so you know it's possible. But for you, you're like, shit, why can't I figure it out? It could just be something you're missing, right? Just a little perspective shift. So that's why these trainings are so vital, in my opinion, because it really, you could hear one thing out of this 22 minutes I've been talking. Maybe there was 30 seconds where you were like, yes, light bulb. Okay, let me go do the damn thing, stop standing in my own way and self-sabotaging and all the things. So yeah, if you are on YouTube or on Facebook, like personal profile, get yourself into the Social Jane community. You'll go up to the guide section. You can watch all of our past trainings, just binge watch whatever you have, whatever inspires you. Everything's titled so you can see what it is. But inside the Social Jane community, everything is always living there for you. So it's just a resource library, essentially, where you can always come back to stuff. And then since we're talking about pairing the two, right? Having a 9 to 5 and building a business online and doing it in a way that marries the two of them together. I actually just became part of a community that is specifically for mothers. I'm not a mother, right? Well, I mean, I have an adorable doggy, but I'm not a mother. But I work with a lot of mothers and I understand how lonely that can feel sometimes when you are seeking to level up your momentum in your body, in your mindset, in your money, right? Sometimes the people that are in our lives currently, they're not in that same journey with us. So it's so helpful to have a community of people that support you. So I'll put the link here. It's called Mothers Making Momentum. Just let them know that Sarah sent you, because I was welcomed into the community, even though I'm not a mother, because I do have a lot of insight and a lot of value to bring to women that are building businesses online and that want that sort of community aspect. I know how vital it was whenever I first started creating momentum in my life 3 years ago. I was focused on momentum with my health, right? Now I'm focused on momentum with my money because my health and my mindset, I got it. I got the support I needed. I got the accountability I needed. I got the answers and the guidance. And now I'm ready to work on building momentum in my money. And so I'm focused on it. And I'm plugged into communities that are going to help me do that. So think about it for yourself. Where is it in your life that you want to have that guidance and support and create momentum for yourself? So I'll put the links here in the show notes or something of the sort so you can get in there. And as always, I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the training.